Do a little work on the TJ. As you can see, this tail light works. That one doesn't. Turn signal works on that one, but not on that one. And when I do put the turn signal on, I get hyper flash, probably because they're LED. When I turn the hazards on, this one works. So we're gonna do a little wire investigating, little diagnostics, and I got some regular incandescent bulbs because I don't dig that hyper flash, and I don't want to wire in a. Let me turn the lights off. That beeping's bothering me. Don't really want to wire in a resistor because they put off a lot of heat, and I just want to keep things simple, the way the way God intended it. Don't need a lot of fancy tools to do some wiring diagnostics. All you need is one of these little test lights, and we're just going to check the many miles of wiring. I like to start at the fixture, test it for power there, and just trace the lines all the ways back. You could check the fuse first, but everything works but this one light. So I'm 90% sure it's in the wiring. Since these are aftermarket, I'm probably bet there was some janky wiring going on. Alright, so right underneath the bottom, there should be a clip holding this in, but I think this is all tore up. Slide it out of the way. Reach up in there and just grab a fistful of wires. That right there's the plug for the tail light. We're going to unplug it. You want to make sure you have it on a nice good ground. You got the lights on. I'm probably going to run the battery down doing all this stuff. You just take the connector and alright, I want to double check my ground, make sure we got a good ground going. Alright, so we got power to the plug. Now I'm guessing it's in this janky wiring. Up here's the light. Right behind it are 3 screws. This is what it looks like. Just got a 7/16 wrench. Take those off. Reach your hand up in here into the hole.
That's what she said.
To get to them. Pull them out. Janky wiring. The thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these leads off right about here and give me a little bit of extra wire room. These two, I don't know what that is. I'm just going to leave that. No turning back. So one thing about this is it's supposed to ground when it touches the body, but I'm going to add an extra ground into it in a second. I'm going to splice these together with a plug, so if I add trailer lights in, I could just plug into it. Alright, so we got that all wired in. Let's test it out. Here's a trick if you don't have a helper or any friends like me. Just put a stick from your seat rail to your brake pedal. So I'm going to try to add some shrink wrap, heat shrink on these. This one I'm going to put a solder seal on, and the ground I'm going to move to inside. We take this off with a screwdriver. Where my wire lube comes in handy. feed all this through here. So the only thing, I got that done. I think that's going to the backup camera they have. Where to go? This, I have no idea what this is. It's black, so it could be ground. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna test it. It's hot. For some reason, it's hot. All right, so what happens if we cut it? When I cut it, the lights went out. We're gonna put that back. I don't know what. First of all, I'm gonna cut the power to it. You can see now it comes out of the plug into the Jeep wiring harness. All right, solder seal that bitch. I wish this was the first car I had that was rigged like this. Alright, so here I am. I've got it all tidied up as best I can. It's a rat's nest. It looks like previous owner spliced on this side of the pigtail and then spliced on that side of the pigtail. Why, I don't know. People don't monkey with the electrical. Don't tear up wires unless you have to. Go to the junkyard, get a pigtail, and wire in a pigtail. Just do what you got to do. Don't cut factory wiring harness. If you got to cut it on the taillight assembly. So all you got to do is put in a new taillight. Jeez. Anyhow, I can't complain because I've done some janky stuff before. This is the ground wire that I added onto it. It's working through the body. It's grabbing ground through the body. So I'm just going to leave it dangle here for the next owner to wonder what the fuck's going on with it. If you take the taillight off, it'll be pretty evident. I'm going to zip tie this in here as best I can and move to the other side. All right, so I got my taillights all sorted out and working. It's, you know, if you're having electrical problems, it's easy to do but tedious. Nobody likes to do it, but sometimes we just got to do it. And if you're doing electrical work, just slow down, look, do it right. Unless you're stuck on the side of the road, then you got to twist and tape the wires together. You got to do what you got to do to get home, but then do it the right way when you get a chance. I guess I'm time to kill. Check out my podcast, 10-Minute Off-Road Podcast. It's a podcast for the off-road with a short attention span. There'll be a card for it somewhere up there. Got some more time to kill. Check out one of my very fine videos. It'll be over here. And you have more time to kill. Check out that one down there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Got something to say, leave a comment down below. All that legal mumbo jumbo jazz. All right, and as always, thanks for watching.